Talk to you about CRM, content relationship management, and the need for it. What has presented the need for it? What I'm going to present is a collaboration suite, software that runs on a web server that allows different users to collaborate on different projects. So bear with me for a moment as I bring you to what's called FengOffice. I'm going to log in as an administrator to show you kind of what this is. Basically what this is a CRM. I'm looking at the dashboard where I have upcoming events and things like that. Let me turn on my... Okay, basically when we log in we have the dashboard. I'm viewing all information of my workspaces. This is a calendar, late and upcoming task, workspaces that I'm viewing, as well as notes that I have in the system, as well as different documents. I guess the first thing to show you what the best way that I manage this is to show you the different projects. The Smell of Incense is one of them. It's a music project. As you notice, when I loaded that up, everything changed. So what I'm looking at here is the admin panel of everything that relates to that particular project. I go into another project and it'll show me everything that relates there. This is how I can organize workflows and different projects and then share different files, different items, things like that. Let me go down here to the People tab. This is one of the really neat functions of this is that we can assign companies as well as people that are associated with each of those companies. In some cases you can do it as projects, things like that. I have 2 things in there right now, but this is pretty much endless. You can add as many people, as many contacts, as many users as you need in order to take advantage of the different functions. I'll go across the top tabs because this kind of gives me, or will give you a better idea of what everything, what can be integrated into this different system. I'm going to email. Right now I've linked my email account with Gmail, so I can read my own personal emails in this system. The system can be configured to a web server, whereas we can set up emails for your company-wide. And I'll get to the sharing functions of this video shortly, but first let's just take a look at the user interface. I go to the Task tab, and these are all the tasks that I have going on in here. Right now there's a meeting happening. I'm just going to show you what this is. This is supposed to be happening today. It's a meeting, but that didn't happen. But anyways, it's a meeting where certain items are going to be gone over between 2 people, and these are the note that tells you these are the items to bring, etc. Here's another really cool function of this is that I have attached over here are some items needed for this meeting. And I've attached it in a note form. So if I click on that, it opens up the note that I need for that particular project. When I look at all notes from the administration panel, I look at all my active notes that are in the system right now. And in the column over here, I have what project or what grouping that pertains to over in this column. I go into documents. These are all the documents that I have. As you can see, there's Word documents in here, PDFs, as well as the associated project. I can go to people. These are all the different people that use the system. This can be expanded out. It's all relational to their email because that's how they access each one of their user interfaces. Web links, sometimes you want to share information as related to a certain project on the web. So you can do that here. You can assign tasks, things like that, with associated web links, as you saw in the notes panel, and tasks, whereas I've able to link objects. So when I go into link objects, I can link PDFs, users, all the different functions of a CRM that allows collaboration. Okay, time. This is how billing structures work. Within each profile under people, you can set up the different wages and billing of what their function or role is within the organization. So this is very useful for people who work remotely. They can bill their time and get paid appropriately. A really dynamic feature of the CRM, however, you don't really need to use it when you're just sharing information. I'm going to the calendar. This is a calendar, and as you'll see, I'm viewing all, and when I'm looking at all, this kind of gives me everything that's happening. I can hone it down to certain projects, and it'll tell me what's going on and what's being planned for those. So it's pretty robust in terms of what can be looked at. You can look at it for certain companies as well. So you can do company-wide or organization-wide or group-wide, project-wide, things like that. Pretty dynamic. Reporting allows you to give different timelines, things like that. A lot of this uses what's called a Gantt graph. This is if you have projects, you're planning projects with a timeline. Can be very useful. There's none in this system because I haven't set it up to do that, but it is one of the features of it as well. You can customize the reporting functions of that. You can have it be just for a certain person, a task, files, milestones, mail, things like that. You can adjust it by column, so you can look, you can look at kind of your performance from an organization, collaborative vantage point, who's adding more to what project, etc., etc., etc. It's a good way to evaluate things. One of the neat things about the documents, one of the features that I recall you requesting and wanting to look at was the ability to know if people have read or not read. From an administrator's vantage point, there are ways that you can check and uncheck content. When the content is checked, that means it hasn't been read. You can look at the status over here, available or checked out, so people can check files out and then check them back in. This also gives an indicator to you that people have used and read the file, so you know how much activity is being generated and actually being shared. Kind of a nice function of this. Let me see what else. I think that pretty much kind of covers, the basics of it, but what I do want to show you is the logging in from another user to kind of show you how you can assign different permissions to the different users to give you control over who sees what. And that can be very helpful in organizational circumstances. So we'll log in here as a guest user. Okay, good. We're in here as Jason. So we'll just see what Jason. As you can see over here on the admin panel, the only thing visible for this user, Jason, is the projects that he's been assigned, that he's associated with. And that includes all the tasks and everything here, the calendar for upcoming events, the workspaces, as well as documents and notes. He can look at all his documents that are in here relating to the certain projects, as well as hone down and look at it on a per project basis. So the overall usage of this interface, it can be intuitive, but the thing is, it takes a second to kind of assimilate, but again, he can associate his emails. I shouldn't even be in here reading his emails, so as the administrator, it's the tools that I can do, but here we have his tasks and things like that. I'll show you one of a task that has already passed, and what this is to kind of give you an idea of how PDFs load in this interface. So I'm going to go ahead and load a sales report, and interface opens, and as you'll see down here, the loading, pulling the PDF in. So the PDF loads in line with the different pages of the PDF. So that can be very helpful in terms of sharing information and things like that. And the interesting thing is that the overview or this project, everyone that's associated with this project pretty much can view the same things. There are ways to set it up to where you can have just single users or groups. It's overall very dynamic and very robust. So you get the idea of the function of what Feng Collaborative Online Suite can do and how it can service your needs. Thank you very much. Goodbye.